Konnichiwa, y'all, and welcome to the MrMaple Show. We're here at the end of winter. Spring's right around the corner. We want to take a second and talk to you guys about some great winter interest trees. Today we're going to be talking about Carsten's Winter Gold. We've got a little display going on here to show you some different things to pair with it. We'll get into all that, but I think you're going to love this highlight on Carsten's Winter Gold.
Carsten's Winter Gold, small, compact, dwarf pine, easy to use in the garden with some good yellow color. Y'all, I'm Tim Nichols of MrMaple.com. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you're subscribed here on the MrMaple Show. And if you love gardening, you love conifers, make sure that you shop with us on MrMaple.com.
So before you even ask, you're going to ask in the comment section. We've paired this with Wildfire Japanese Maple and the Chamaecyparis Baby Blue Ice. So you've got blue, fiery orangey red, and that yellow from Carsten's Winter Gold, making it a dynamic winter display. Guys, Carsten's is a great tree to bring that high-intensity yellow in the winter months. Everything's kind of drab in the garden. The yellows really steal the show this time of year. It's one of my favorite times to go out to the Blue Forest Garden at Buchholz, because that is when some of the conifers are really at their peak color, especially those ones that get that extra yellow going on in the winter. So Carsten's, or sometimes called Carsten's Winter Gold, was found by Erwin Carsten in Germany in the 1800s. This is a magnificent tree to add high intensity to the garden. Now, we're going to list these zones 5 through zones 8. That's really a cold tolerance rating, not a heat tolerance. So they're good down to those zones as far as the cold ratings. Absolutely amazing. And I think it's one, especially as you get some size on it, like some of these ones in the Buchholz garden, they'll really evoke that warm color even in the cold winter months.
I mean, I love what Carsten's can do in the landscape and garden. It's a short mountain pine, Pinus Mugo, that's easy to use in the landscape because it goes short and wide. And it's going to have that yellow-green color year-round, but when the winter comes, the yellow intensifies in the landscape and really just gives good color contrast across the entire garden. Now, I love the color of yellow. If you know anything about me, it really brings out all the greens in the landscape. And so if you've got this in an evergreen garden, it does that. But it also gives that unique just interest year-round, really brightening up those shades of green so you can see every color and give a good color contrast with your blues, your coral barks, and your reds in your landscape.
I think nothing looks better with a coral bark than a yellow conifer because you get that play going on. Now, Carsten's is a smaller conifer. This one's only going to reach 2 to 3 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide, even in a 10-year span, making it ideal for compact spaces where you want a lot of high winter interest.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Carsten's, is it brings that high impact in a small space. You add just a little bit of yellow out there and it brightens out everything. Now, being a Pinus Mugo, in most zones where this grows, you can actually grow this in full sun. In hotter zones, you may give it some protection from the hot afternoon sun, but it's critical that you give it, wherever you grow it, great drainage. Great drainage is essential for conifers and Japanese maples. One way this can be accomplished is putting a little bit of a mound out there or grow it in a container in those locations where you may have more wet feet.
Now, this is a Mugo pine, which means a mountain pine, and Carsten's is one of the quintessential shapes for a Mugo pine. You kind of get that more mushroom top habit to it. It's a low spreader. This tree's not going to put on a lot of height, but it is going to get some width. That makes it great and ideal for settings where you don't want to get a lot of height going on, like maybe in front of a window. You want a lot of winter interest, but you don't want something that's going to cover up, your house or block a scene, kind of a view you have from your window. Carsten's is great for being a smaller tree, but bringing a lot of drama.
Now, you can grow Carsten's in different ways. One way we have here in the 1 gallon is a low graft. And this is going to start that low spreading out form at a lower point. Where these 6 gallons or 7 gallons we have here on the sides of the table, they're grafted on a standard. So you'll see that they've got a straight stalk and then they're grafted at a higher point. That's going to create a higher starting point and create almost a lollipop effect at a young age. But as it ages, you're going to have a similar effect as you would with a low graft on a Carsten's Winter Gold.
Now, guys, you're definitely going to want to check out our cultivar highlights on Baby Blue Ice. We have this one here because it's a great pairing with Carsten's Winter Gold. I absolutely love what coral barks, blue conifers add to that yellow aesthetic. You can really brighten the yellows up by having some darker to even lighter colored blues like Baby Blue Ice. It really brings it, and actually the two look so much nicer together. Again, one of my favorite pairings is a coral bark Japanese maple. We've selected Wildfire here today, but there's so many great coral barks that are going to pair with Carsten's Winter Gold, and they're going to give you dynamic winter interest. They're going to give you reds and yellows when you're drabbing the garden, and you're really going to see those colors, and the focal point is going to really grow, and you're going to have a lot more interest going on in the garden, even in those winter months.
Now, if we're currently sold out of Carsten's Winter Gold on our website, you can actually go to the page we have for the selection and click on the email that says notify me, plug in your email, and then we'll email you when this tree becomes available again.
We also add 10 new trees every Tuesday and Thursday. The first notification is always the email, so sign up for those emails on MrMaple.com. I can guarantee you some beautiful sets of Carstens are coming soon if you're watching this live. And with some tree we bring back frequently because it's a fan favorite. One of our favorite conifers, too, for that winter garden. There's a lot of just amazing specimens of this. Talon Buckholz certainly loved it because he's got some just amazing specimens there at Buckholz Nursery.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where you go around and you appreciate all this yellow out there in that blue garden. And I think that's a great color contrast to have out there. If you hadn't checked out that video, go check our Blue Forest conifer garden at Buckholz Nursery video. It is outstanding to see all these amazing colors. And we also even have a yellow conifer video at Buckholz Nursery you should check out as well.
We love conifers. You'll be surprised to find there are a lot of great conifers going on MrMaple.com. Thanks for watching.
Take care.
God bless.
And have a great day.